Everybody, JC here with another T&I toy review. And for today's review, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new 112 Collective DC Comics Green Arrow figure from Mezco Toyz. Now this figure comes packaged in a green box. On the front, you've got the Green Arrow symbol. Down below, you've got the Green Arrow name and the DC Comics logo. Up in the top right corner, you've got the 112 Collective logo. On the sides of the box, you just again have more images of the Green Arrow symbol. And then on the back of the packaging, we have images of the actual figure showing off the various accessories that come with it. Now this is a slip case. We see this with all the 112 Collective figures, so you can pull off the slip case, and then underneath you just have the same thing. We've got the Green Arrow name on the front as opposed to the symbol. That's really the only difference. But then again, on the back, you have the same images of the figure showing off the accessories. And then like with all the 112 Collective figures, this box opens, this front flap, which is attached with a magnet, opens. And then on one side, you have artwork for the Green Arrow character. And then the other side, the figure is clearly displayed. All right, let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside the packaging along with all the other contents. So first of all, we get the little Ziploc bag that we see with all the 112 Collective figures. You've got the 112 Collective logo on it, and you got a place where you can mark what's in the bag, and basically this is to hold all the accessories that come with it. The figure also comes with a figure stand, and this is the same kind of stand we see with all the 112 Collective figures. So you get this circle base, and this one is done with green plastic, and you've got the Green Arrow symbol painted on the top, and you got the little peg here. And what you can do is you got the peg holes on the bottom of the feet, and you can just plug it in. And these work pretty good. You know, if you don't move it too much, sometimes they'll fall over if you move it a lot, but overall if you just want to stand it, then this works pretty good. But then the other way this stand works is you get this flight arm, and this is clear plastic, and you've got multiple points of articulation here at the bottom, here at the midsection, and here at the top. And then you've got this clamp that just slides on, and you've got some articulation up here so you can do the clamp back and forth. And then you can do up and down here, up and down here, and then up and down here at the bottom. And what you want to do is you want to pop out this peg on the stand, and the easiest way to do that is just take the flight arm and poke out the peg from the bottom. And it should just pop out, and then you just plug in the arm here, and then it holds nice and tight. And so you can rotate there at the bottom. And then what you want to do is you just take this clamp and you put it around the waist of the figure, and then you can have it stand or put it in jumping poses or flight poses or however you want. But this generally will hold the figure a little more steady. So if you're on if you've got a shelf that maybe vibrates or shakes a little bit, this is probably the better way to use to stand your figures with the flight arm. The figure comes with 4 different pairs of hands and then 2 extra right hands. So you get a pair of closed-fisted hands, which are attached to the figure when you first take it out of the packaging. Then you get a pair of grip hands for holding the bow that he comes with. Then you get a pair of hands that have the fingers that kind of stick out, so that you can either stick an arrow in between the fingers or you can use it to pull the bowstring back. Then you get a pair of just open hands. And then you get a right hand that's got a grip small enough for holding the knife that he comes with. And then this extra right hand, which I don't really know what the specific purpose is. You've got the thumb that sticks up a little bit and the finger that sticks out a little bit, but there's no place to like hook a bowstring or anything, which is what it kind of looks like to me, is for holding the bowstring. But again, I don't really know what the purpose of that one is. I do like the paint detail on these hands. I like the little line work that you've got on the back, and then again on the fingers, and it looks like you've got some padding over the knuckles. So nice detailing overall with these hands. Switching out the hands is pretty easy. You just pop off the hand you want to replace. You got the peg on the arm and the hole in the hand, and then you just push in the hand that you want to replace it with. And that peg will move a little bit on you, but overall it should snap in there and fit nice and tight. The figure comes with a knife, and you've got a metallic silver for the blade, and then you've got some black and green on the handle. And I do like the sculpting detail, and they give you a little place to store the knife on the back of the figure, a little sheath that you can slide the knife in there. It'll fit nice and tight. And then also, as long as you have that grip hand, that right grip hand with the smaller grip, then he'll hold the knife nice and tight. The figure does come with a bow, and you've got the elastic string for the bowstring, and then you've got the black for the grip, and you've got some more black markings. And then the green on the mid part of the handle or the shaft is a little bit darker, and then it's more metallic looking here at the ends. As long as you have one of the wider grip hands in, then he'll hold the bow nice and tight. So the figure comes with a number of different kinds of arrows. You get a normal arrow, which just has a normal arrowhead, which is done with a metallic silver. And then you've got the green shaft, and then you have the feathers on the back, which are a little bit lighter green. And I like the line work that's sculpted on the feathers, so it does actually look like, feathers. So I like that detailing. You get 3 different trick arrows. So you get a grapple arrow. You get, I guess, I don't know if this is supposed to be like a kryptonite arrow or maybe a glow stick arrow. It's done with a semi-translucent green plastic here at the tip. So I'm not exactly sure what that one's supposed to be. And then you get, I think this one's an explosive tip arrow. You've got, again, the metallic silver for the arrowhead, which is pointy. And then it looks like you've got an explosive shaft here. So I think that one's explosive tipped. Then you get 2 different clumpings of arrows. So this one is for the quiver. You basically got this square piece that'll fit in tightly to the quiver so the arrows don't move around. And again, these are just kind of clumped together. So I like that. And then you get this set of 3 arrows. And this again is probably for the quiver. These are just regular arrows, but they're attached up here at the top. I guess you could do this for a trick arrow, for like if he's shooting 3 arrows at the same time type deal as well. And then the figure does come with a quiver. It's just attached to this harness piece. It's a hard plastic. And the best way to display the arrows is to take this one with the clumpings with the plastic piece at the bottom and slide it in at the shorter end of the quiver. And then you can either take like this clumping of 3 arrows and stick them in like that. That looks pretty good. Or you can take the trick arrows. Now the grapple arrow doesn't really fit in here very well without bending the grapple, but you can just put the other 3 loose arrows that he comes with, and you can just kind of slide those in there. And again, that looks pretty good. So for the figure itself, I think they've done a pretty good job here. I like the face sculpt. You can pull this hood back, and the hood itself, feels like it's got some wire in there, so you can actually kind of pose the hood and kind of fit it better. I do think the hood looks a little bit big on the figure when you pull it up over the head, but again, you can kind of adjust it with that wiring so it looks better depending on what angle you're looking at it from. And then I think the figure looks best when you just pull the hood back, and the hood will sit back there, so I like that. And then, like I said, I do like this face sculpt. I think it looks very much like Ollie does in the comic books. He's got that kind of yellow blonde hair and the yellowish goatee, and he's got the green mask and just the whited out eyes. Good skin tone. I like the way the hair is sculpted. And he's got this harness piece, which is a separate piece, and that's what the quiver is attached to. And I don't think this is removable. It doesn't look like any place where it unhooks so you could remove it. And then he's got this leather coat piece, and I like the sculpting detail. You can make out the little leather ridges on there, so I like that. Not really sculpting detail. This is cloth material, but it does look like leather. It is a leathery type material. And then it's actually got a working zipper. This coat piece has a working zipper. Now, it's just a black shirt underneath there, so there's not really much point in unzipping it. And again, because I don't think this harness piece is removable, you can't really take the jacket off, but technically you can unzip it if you wanted to. And I like the sculpting detail on the belt and the little metallic gold for the belt buckles and everything. And then he's got these little canisters off to the side on both sides. And then he's just got the black tights that he's wearing, and that's a cloth material. And he's got like the shin guards, and that looks pretty good. I like the metallic scratches on there, so it looks like it's metal. Same here on the wrist guards. And then also here on the back of the quiver, you've got the scratches and everything. And I like the sculpting detail on the quiver. And this is, again, that kind of leather type material back here. So overall, I think this figure looks pretty good, even though, some of the figures look better with the cloth material than others. And I think this is one where it actually looks really good. So this figure stands at almost exactly 6.5 inches tall. Here's a comparison with the Mezco 112 Dawn of Justice Batman figure. Here's a comparison with the Mezco 112 Collective Captain America figure. And then here's a comparison with the DC Collectible 6-inch Icons Green Arrow figure and the DC Collectible 7-inch Arrow TV series figure. So for articulation, you can turn the head to the left and to the right, and you can look down pretty good. He can't really look back very much. You can have him look back a little bit, but not too much. You can pivot the head to the left and the right as well. Arms attached with your standard ball hinge joint, so you can get his arm out pretty good, and he's got good rotation there. Also feels like he's got a butterfly type joint, so you've got some back and forth movement there. You can get the arm back pretty good. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got a double hinged elbow, so pretty good bending there at the elbow. And then he's got swivels at the wrist, and you've got the ball hinge joints there at the wrist as well. So you've got up and down or back and forth movement, depending on how you turn the ball joint. He's got a midsection joint, but because of the cloth material, the coat and the harness and everything, really is pretty limited there at the midsection. So you've got a little bit of rotation and can crunch a little bit, but not too much. Really can't look back very much. You know, again, the cloth material, the coat and everything, because it's that leather type material, does limit that midsection movement. Does have a waist swivel. Then you can do the splits pretty good. He can get his leg up pretty good, and really can't do his leg back very much, cause it feels like with the way the butt is sculpted. So you can do it back about that much. Has a thigh swivel or a swivel up high. Double jointed knee, so good bending there at the knee. Also feels like he has a boot cuff type swivel. Then you have hinges on the feet. Not a whole lot of up and down movement with the way the feet are sculpted and everything, but you got a little bit of up and down movement, and you've got some rotation. Not really any pivot. You can kind of pivot a little bit, but not really. You've mostly just got rotation there. And then 2 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. Okay, so that's my review. So with some of these figures, I don't think the cloth outfits work as well, but with this one I do. I think it looks pretty good. I like the detailing on it. I like the head sculpt. I think it looks very comic book accurate. I like the trick arrows, though I do think it would have been cool if they'd given us a punching glove arrow. We never seem to get the punching glove with any of the Green Arrow figures, so that would have been cool. But otherwise, I do like the accessories, and I think if you're a fan of the Green Arrow character, this is a figure you will want to check out. Now, this figure is available now. You can get it at places like Big Bad Toy Store. We'll have a full image gallery up at toynewseye.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. Also, if you haven't already, please follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I'll have links to those in the video description as well. And until next time, I'll catch you later.